First off, it's been a big day. What struck you most so far?
Well, his statement in court was remarkable, that he's still the president of his country. You would think that the prison jumpsuit would disabuse him of that concept, but certainly over 50 countries around the world would not accept that, and I don't think the court will either. This is Noriega 2.0. I mean, he's going to be arguing that he is still the head of state entitled to immunity, just that very few people believe that's true. And he's in a worse position than Noriega. So I expect that they're going to stick the landing on this. This is going to go to trial, and he stands an excellent chance of being convicted. I mean, the only scarier thing than that operation for Maduro should be the superseding indictment. I mean, they have a lot on him, more than most of us imagined.
And that goes back to when the CIA got on the ground there. We are told, dating back to August 2025, when the CIA unit deployed to Venezuela to start monitoring Maduro and his wife's movements. When you look at the charges here, narco-terrorism, cocaine importation, conspiracy, possession of machine guns and destructive devices, conspiracy to possess machine guns, the wife's charges, cocaine, possession of machine guns. It's no wonder AG Barr was on Newsroom earlier defending the capture of Maduro based on what we know about him and his wife. Listen.
Over our entire history, presidents have had a lot of latitude deploying military forces and using force in a targeted way to deal with threats to the United States. They have been violating international law by using their sovereign territory and their de facto control to conduct hostile activities that are slaughtering Americans. What are we supposed to do? Just sit here and let a narco state act like that? You can't use law enforcement to prosecute them over there and get their cooperation, because they are the problem.
Based on what we know to be fact from our own U.S. intelligence gathered over months of monitoring these two individuals, why do you fathom anyone is taking issue with his capture?
Well, I was baffled by all the Democratic members that came out and said this was clearly illegal. There's existing case precedent. Much of it was laid, the foundation of that was laid by Bill Barr. I mean, this is in many ways a case that was built on the foundation that Bill Barr laid. And you see that coming out of the Noriega cases, that these arguments failed. This is solidly within those navigational beacons to hold him for trial. They have not only these recordings that they say show him taking an active role in the criminal enterprise, but this wasn't just simply a criminal enterprise. This was a family enterprise. And so you've got his son, his wife, facing very strong evidence. But you also have high-ranking former associates who have pled guilty. And they very well could be cooperating witnesses, including the former head of military intelligence in his country. That is an extremely daunting prospect for any criminal defense attorney.
So now he and his wife have returned to this jail in Brooklyn. What do we watch for next? Obviously, March 17th is going to be the next big date. But based on how everything went today, how do you anticipate things going from here?
Well, there's a couple of things that they're going to have to address, Sandra. One is going to be, how are you going to pay your lawyers? Mm-hmm. Now, it's possible that they've already asked to speak to the consulate, which is their right as foreign nationals under our treaty obligations. It may be that the Venezuelan government has already paid for counsel. If so, I would strongly encourage them to make a lump sum payment, because that government may change and be less forthcoming with that type of support. But the government can demand proof that legal fees are coming from lawful, legitimate sources. And then after they resolve some of those threshold issues, then you're in it. I've been on this side as criminal defense counsel in classified national security cases. And you have to go through these documents. One of the defense counsel, maybe two, will be designated as cleared counsel. And they will sit in a metal room called a SCIF, and they will look through all of these documents, and they will file challenges. That's why this isn't going to go anywhere for over a year as they work through this stuff.
Wow. All right, Jonathan Turley on all of that for us. Jonathan, thank you.
Subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.